Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Flip the Script with Vic. It's your host, Victoria Nielsen. As always, I am so excited to bring to you another amazing woman that I've connected with on my journey of healing and embodiment. And I feel like she is the embodiment queen because we have danced together. She is a mama. She is truly an intuitive healer, even though I don't think she would tell you that she is. And she is just such a disco ball of light. Miss Angela Marquez, thank you for being here.
Yeah, so excited to be here and connect with you. It's been too long, but perfect timing at the same time. So,
Exactly. We met, gosh, now 2021, I think was when we met, but in 2022, I was hosting women's circles as part of my non-traditional book tour. I had written a book about my miscarriage and kind of the practices and poems that had flowed through me during that time. And when I reached out, it was kind of random. I was like, hey, we're going to be in Denver anyway. Like, would you maybe want to host this circle with me? And could we make it like a dance thing? And you just immediately said yes. And you were like, yeah, done, on board. And I just loved that you jumped in with both feet and that our time together in that session, like if I could have brought that experience to every single circle, to all of the women that I got to meet, like it would have been so transformative for them. We need to do that, a traveling dance
yeah,
show.
bring it back. There's still time and opportunity for it. Yeah, that was a really special moment because it was like a connection after our first connection to kind of step out of where we had met to bring our own magic together. And yeah, I had that same feeling walking away from that, just like, wow, how special, how unique, how transformative, and when many women could benefit from just being together in these safe circles where you not only get to be heard, but you get to be seen and then move through it as well.
Exactly. And our time in Costa Rica together was the first time we had met at a Miracle Way retreat. And I remember it was a crazy story. Like you got to go super last minute and like
Yeah.
weren't planning to be there. And then it was just such magic in the jungle.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's funny when you said like I just said yes 2 feet forward. Like those are the only things that I like. Those are the opportunities that light me up. And sometimes it's crazy to be like, is this right? Is this a wild idea? But every time it does end up being the right idea. Sagittarius spirit, so it's very fitting for me to just be like, what's the most adventurous thing I can do right now? But if it doesn't light me up from the inside out, it's really hard for me to participate. And I've learned that over the years of trying to say yes to opportunities that I thought I was supposed to say yes to versus really filtering through the ones that are like, oh, that's the one. And I think Costa Rica was a trip that showed me that clearly when I was like,
When it's
when you,
aligned, it's aligned.
it's, yeah, yeah. I was like,
Because
oh,
are you a generator in human design or what are
yeah,
you? Oh,
generator.
then no wonder. Yeah, you need to have that input of like yes, no, and it's got to be the thing that lights you up because if not, it's like a complete suck on your energy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's how, I mean, not being a generator was how Move Your Mood was born, but I feel like following what lights you up was what allowed you to create Move Your Mood. And I would love for you to share more about kind of that journey and now even what it's kind of evolved to because I feel like as your journey in motherhood has evolved, your business has evolved as well because naturally, right, your business is an extension of yourself. But can you walk us through that journey of like of being a dancer and maybe feeling disconnected from your body after kind of pregnancy and birth and how Move Your Mood came to be?
Yep, that's it right there. So,
Yeah.
it was like 2017 when I became a mom. Previous to that, I was running a dance company where all my creative juices were being used. I had all my peers to like create pieces on. Then I became a mom, and I knew for me, I just had space for that. Um, sorry, let me focus back onto what I'm trying to say here. But so yeah, after having Everett, I was like, okay, I'm done dancing. I don't have space to be a competitive dancer. Should I really be on stage performing? All these questions started coming up. Um, and then it wasn't long that I just needed to move again. And so all I knew what to do was to gather women. And I said, well, hey, let's just have like a postpartum low impact class, get everyone together, bring the babies. I had a plethora of baby toys that I just like kept in my trunk and I would like scatter in the back of the room. And us women gathering together and just kind of healing our bodies from, like you said, that disconnected place. I used to like to talk about it like a lava lamp. I just felt like I had legs and I had a brain, but in between it just felt like I was like, whoa, what's happening? And so for to gather as women and to face ourselves in the mirror and go through simple movements that just made us feel beautiful again or connected again or ourselves for a moment. But in a place where our babies were in reach. They weren't having to be left at home with the husbands. It wasn't a distraction if they needed you for a moment. And that was going really, really well. And up until the time that we all know is COVID. And I shifted gears and just attempted to put it online. And I think as we all realized, there was more people we could reach online. And so that's where Move Your Mood was born, where I was like, okay, this isn't just mamas that need this. Like families need this, dads need that. Like I was like exploding with ideas, of course. And so I just used movement at the time that I needed to heal and gather people, and I didn't know what to do. Um, I just kind of resorted back to everything that's always been my comfort zone, which is the studio.
I
And
love that. And really creating what you needed,
yeah.
that wasn't out there. And so you were like, I know this is how I nourish myself. And I think that the not being like not being separate from baby piece is important because I experienced a postpartum yoga class that you could bring your babies. And it was like revolutionary to me because I didn't get to do that with my first child because Sebastian was born during COVID. So, we were home. We didn't get to be in community with other women healing. And, sometimes they brought their babies, sometimes they didn't, but it just felt so normal and felt so like something that we should have always been doing. And that,
Mhm.
like, this idea that we need to go off and do something separate from our kids, yes, is natural and healthy and has to happen. But when they're that young, like, why not accommodate, the young mother to make her feel more comfortable so that she actually wants to go and do it? If you're going to make it hard for her to get there, hard for her to even have a seat at the table, like, why is she going to want to come? And the dance studio piece, I don't know those listening, like, but when you were talking about a woman looking in the mirror and seeing how beautiful she is, like, if you've never stood in front of a dance studio, these like big ass mirrors and like looked at yourself, like, it is the most healing. uh, I mean, I guess could be triggering, but for me, I feel like it's the most healing experience to get to see your body move and see yourself like in motion and in flight. Like, it's really special.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, like you said, it can be one or the other for people. And like being able to now be a mom and heal yourself in front of the mirror is like one of the most powerful things you can do, no matter what your history with the mirror was before when you were younger. But you now have littles looking at you. And so when you can like face yourself in the mirror and say, hi, I'm me, like, we are here. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. No, but
Let's go.
it is so
Like,
intimidating to like either look in your own eyes or even look in other people's eyes. Like, I don't know about you. I feel like when I get nervous, I don't know, I can't people like look people right in the eye. And it's a terrible trait of mine that I'm really working on because I used to actually be, I remember a kid in high school commenting like how direct my eye contact was and that
mm,
like maybe it was a little too much. And so relearning that to like stand boldly and like look with both eyes and actually look at yourself
mhm.
and appreciate, like maybe the slight crookedness of your nose and maybe the little pooch on your tummy and maybe the way that your feet turn out. Because if you don't look, then obviously you're going to be disconnected. You're not going to feel yourself. In those moments of postpartum, when you were gathering everyone together in community, what did that feel like? Was it for you, did it feel like this remembering of something ancient? Or was it, to your point, it was like, hey, I'm just in my comfort zone. Like, this is what feels good.
Gosh, a combination of both. Like I don't like I just in the studio my mind makes sense. Like I know what to do. I know that you know what I mean? So that part felt like the ancient part where I'm like, well, this is just in me to like do this. But it also was just what needed to happen. I'm not even really sure how to fully answer that. Like I just what needed to happen and it felt so right and it felt so natural and
I love that.
yeah,
How has it been coming back to your body since surgery?
a whole nother journey.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, because I think I was with you pre-surgery. And then I had a hip hernia replacement. It was right in my like groin area. So for a dancer, very vulnerable spot to be doing splits or jumping or leaping or anything. It's like our
And
power.
do those just happen like naturally, or is there a specific cause or anything?
So many things. Birth. I'm like, what is it called? Birth.
That thing, you know.
Yeah, birth. It could be from like pushing too hard. Um, for me, I always had very open hips, and so I just think my hips were very vulnerable from the beginning being a dancer. Um, but that was hard because I wasn't able to like handstands, jump, like things that I would just naturally have done my whole life just kind of went away for me. And again, kind of hung up my hat again, where I was like, okay, I'm done dancing. I'm just going to emotionally dance for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be happy with that.
Were you really happy though?
No,
Yeah.
no. Oh, I was missing like the stage and like creating on the stage and like the whole end of the art piece as a dancer. I was missing that. And so this last year, Move Your Mood, I really had to kind of take a look at it and I decided to put it on pause. And this last year, I just became the student again and I joined a studio and I go to class 3 times a week. And now looking at myself in the mirror with an instructor telling me what to do and how to move and can my body do that? Sometimes it can't, and it's okay.
Is it frustrating? It's so, I really want to go back to like a traditional dance class. So, those listening, I may or may not know that I was a dancer growing up from age like 3 all the way through high school. Not competitive, more, just for fun. But I took, tap, jazz, ballet, point, all the things. And part of me wants to go take like an adult jazz class or like wants to go take an adult ballet class. And I haven't done it. And I don't know if it's because of the stigma of when I was younger, when an adult would come, because we didn't have like an option for like adult only dance classes where I grew up. Like she kind of threw us all together. So there was I always remember it was Wednesday night ballet classes. There would be adults in our class. And we always just thought it was so weird. And so, like, I don't know. Now I think I'm carrying a little bit of that of like, oh, it's weird to
Really.
go to like a class as an adult when it's totally not.
Well, and it has changed. There's so many adults going to class now. I think there is more options out there for adults, and I highly recommend it. It's so nostalgic. You go back and you're like, wow, this is where I belong. I know what to do. I
When to
don't
stand at
have
the
to
bar and like,
pee.
oh,
Yeah,
this
like
all
it's
comes back. Port de bras, like
so
releve.
good. Yeah, it comes right back. So I highly recommend it. If people are your age or not, like it's just leaving ego at the door for me completely now, even with injury. Like I had my hip injury, I did have this other shoulder injury thing. I had to leave my ego at the door. There's like 10 moves every day that I can't do. And I'm just like, no, not today. Yeah, I'm an older woman and I want longevity of being able to show up to dance class. And so
And
that
that's
might
okay that I can't kick my head and
yeah,
like,
so today I can't hit my head, or today I might not wear my heel. I'm going like heels class. Like it's stuff
I
I
was gonna ask you about that because it looks so much fun, but also like I don't ever wear heels anymore, and so I feel like my feet would just like die.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like I went full barefoot like 6 years ago, like full barefoot shoes, minimalistic. I'm never wearing heels again. I like sent all my heels off to Goodwill. And now I'm dancing in heels. Um yeah, I think getting dance heels makes a difference. Once I finally like got the like nice dance heels, they are supportive and awesome. But there's times where my knees are like way more upset than they need to be, where I'm like, wow, I probably should only done one heels class this week. And it's making me listen to my body more than I ever have in another way in dance class, where I don't have to be the best one. I don't need to be. Who am I trying to impress? Nobody but myself. And I'm getting performance opportunities that have showed up because the studio itself is just so wonderful as how they cater to us dancers. But I'm like performing on stage again and like getting costumes again. And just recently, I'm all proud they had a choreographer submission, and I think like 20 people all submitted, and they picked three, and I got picked.
Hell
But
yeah!
even when
Oh
you
my God, I just got full
create,
body chills. Like, oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome.
and I get nothing out of it but the enjoyment of like doing it
Of the
still.
art. Like, I think more people need to do that. And actually, I really love that you put Move Your Mood aside because, the internet screams at us that, like, we need to make money from the things that we love. And, like, yes, and sometimes not. Like, not every hobby or thing that you enjoy doing has to make you money, like at all. That's like a
I had to
very
have a
capitalistic,
real check with
patriarchal way
myself
of
last
thinking.
year because I was putting too much stress on myself for what if I didn't know at the end of the day on my husband, on my kid, on social media stuff that I was trying to keep up with. And it's still there. Like I don't even feel like Move Your Mood has like left me. It's still right there.
No, not at all. To the outside world, it doesn't seem like it went away. I mean,
It's right
so
there and I'm ready for it when it's ready too, but it's like listening. It's really taking those sparks from the inside and having to have those reality checks with myself that may not be someone else's perception, but it's
yeah.
my reality.
Well, and
So,
I don't know about you, but like I feel like there was, I don't want to say damage done at the beginning of my spiritual journey, but kind of. And I think it's because of the community I was a part of originally was very business focused and I didn't even know like that going into it. I didn't even have a business. But I do feel like I went down this rabbit hole of like rules almost of like being a spiritual entrepreneur and bringing your purpose into the world and it almost took like some unlearning of that, like the last couple of years. Did you experience that at all, or feel like not that there was pressure and having to like make a business out of the thing that you love, but I don't know. I would love to hear like your experience on that.
yeah, for me, I felt overwhelmed. I really was going through like a whole thing of overwhelm. I just felt like there was so many ideas and thoughts coming in, and I wanted to tie it all together because it did seem like this big, beautiful package with spirituality and dancing and how to make money and then do it online. And like I could see it, but I hit overwhelm where I just like I had to step back.
Yeah.
And again, I think I've already said it, but become the student again. Just be like, wait, I still have some time to learn. And like I just slow myself down. I'm like, okay, 30s are cool. There was a lot of clarity that came in my 30s. But I'm still in them. I'm 39, so I'm like trying to eat up every year. I'm like, I'm still in my 30s.
Yes, no, you are. But the
I'm trying to like
slowing
that up.
down, like we were never, I don't know, I was never taught to slow down and like listen, and like that's made a world of difference because then all of that outside noise goes away and you're like, actually, I want to be the student again. Like that feels good to me, even though someone may be screaming over here that like, don't no longer be the student, like get out of your imposter syndrome, like you can do all the things. Like I think that's why it's more important than ever to be so in our own sovereignty and in our own energy, especially as like the world outside gets louder. I've been guilty of it too, where I'll look outside of myself for the answers, but just because someone else's journey is XYZ, like does not mean that your journey needs to be. And actually, most likely your journey should not be. But we've been so brainwashed with like, follow these 3 steps and it'll get you to where you want to go. I don't know why I'm talking like a dwarf, but
No, I like felt it. I was like, yeah, man, the steps felt that way. I started getting like, I can't listen to anyone's steps anymore.
I got to make my own steps.
I gotta,
Like,
yeah, I gotta like just step back. So,
oh,
and be a mom. Like I was shocked that 7 to 8 needed almost more emotional attention than I had anticipated, I guess.
mm,
Second grade was a lot for my kid to transfer into. He's getting the hang of it now, but we're second semester. First semester was a lot of figuring it out. And so there's times I even thought like, okay, once he goes back to school, I'll get back on like my business plan. But nope, August, September, he needed a different piece of me. And I just had to be like, I can't, I'm sorry, business, I'll come back, but I got to be here for my kid.
yeah, that's the number one. And like, I don't believe that we can have it all every more, like anymore, every more, whatever I'm trying to say. Like, I really think we need that precision as moms to focus on the things that matter. Like, my son had a really hard summer, and like, thank goodness I left my corporate job. Thank goodness as I was setting things up for my future. I knew that I was going to be with them. So like I didn't really plan a lot of business stuff. And it was necessary. Like he had a really rough time. And we've made great strides, but to your point, like he's 6 and like I didn't expect that. Like I didn't expect to him to need me in that way. And because I had the time and the space to actually focus on him, I noticed it. Like if I had been in my corporate job still, like would I have even noticed that like his bad behavior was just a symptom of the leaky gut and like other things he had going on? Like probably not. I probably would have been like, oh, he's just being bad, but like he wasn't.
Hmm. Yeah, and like slowing down and listening, they're obviously trying to say something. And like I'm very fast paced. I'm very like figure shit out, like we move, 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 go, go, go. And I had to get myself in check as a mom where I was like, okay, this kid needs me to slow down. It's not about me right now. It's not him about catching up to my speed.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I mean, they mirror our nervous system. And actually, Sebastian had adrenal fatigue over the summer. And the woman I worked with, Elizabeth O'Neill, is amazing to do like his testing and things like that, was sharing. And I know it to be true. She was like, you're still so connected energetically, but also in your nervous systems. She's like, women that are working too much, too hard, all of that, like adrenal fatigue will show up in their kids. Like, and you think it's crazy that like your kids getting burnt out, but like they're feeding off your energy, and like they need you to be regulated. They need you to be present, be that safe space. And I don't know, I felt like I couldn't be that when I was trying to like do it all and be the girl boss.
yeah, yep. Cannot. We cannot. Even though we want to. I want to so bad. But
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
But
what's
it's
next
okay.
for you the rest of the year? I mean, we're slowing down, we're being the student. Are you feeling that fire horse energy yet? I feel like I all
Totally.
of a sudden, like the last like week, it's been like, okay.
Yep, totally. And I'm like on my husband, like, hey, we need to sit down and manifest together. Like it's just like a time
Let's
to
write the
actually put
plan
our
down.
yeah, like it's actually I'm not trying to be crazy lady, but it's this is the time. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. We have a detached garage that we're trying to renovate into a studio.
Ooh,
So it's kind of on our own timing. So parts we get really motivated and get things really moving, and then we're like, oh, we gotta kind of like keep
yeah, slow
ourselves
it down.
slow it down. But I can't wait to have that up and running because then I just have more space to dance, more space to create. I could offer it for other people who need space. So that's kind of what this year entails is making, I'm calling it the move shed. Like getting my move shed up and running and just in a space that's like for fun first, like I don't
Yeah.
need it to generate a ton of money at this time, but I just need to have a space where, as of right now, like the middle of my kitchen dining room area is what my studio is. And it'll be really nice for my family to not have to be quiet in the middle of the kitchen and I can have my own space to go to. So,
Oh, I love that for you.
yeah.
I can like see it so clearly. And as you like, I mean, being a creative and being like always on this creative journey, how do you fuel that creativity? Like, do you find that you go through I would say like the ups and downs, or like, are you fairly consistently creative? Like, talk to us about that. Because I feel like most people don't realize we're all creative. We're all
Mhm.
creative. And I, for the longest time, used to say that I wasn't. And I feel like I blocked my creativity by saying that. And now I try and do something creative every single day, intentionally or not. But like, I feel like you're really good about setting aside time to be creative and like letting those creative pursuits come. And I don't know, any thoughts or like advice to share with people in connecting to the muse within?
Oh, I have lots of thoughts on it because it feels so much more difficult in motherhood. I always have, like I've said this, like I remember whenever I remember the day when I could just stay up late and just create because I just felt like it, because I got this wild hair and I wanted to make some weird craft and I would stay up late, where that just doesn't happen anymore. Or like, do I want it to happen? Not really. But so I miss that as like a Sagittarius soul of like that, like just freedom to create. So I feel like in my mind, I've had to really just be okay with it being simple. It
Okay.
just it can be as simple as I mean I don't even feel like I'm that creative. It's always dance for me. It's always putting on a song and dancing to it. And even if I imagine some dance that I created to it that's never going to happen, it's like that's a good enough moment, and be like, all right, just take it. At least I got lost in that la la land for like 5 to 10 minutes of like imagining what that dance would look like.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. I
Yeah.
sometimes like can see the dances in my head, and then I don't ever stop now to like write them down or really choreograph them. But sometimes I'm like, oh, that would look really cool if someone else could do that. Like that would be
Yeah.
great.
Well, and that being enough, right? Because that is I'm not like one to like make art. I'm not like a artist or like I don't write a lot. It's always in my body. It's always outward. So
I love it. But hey, for people listening, like that can be their version of creativity, you know? I think all we see are like the artist types, but it's like your body is an instrument, like, and moving it is magic and is art and is artistry, honestly.
yeah. Yeah. I just simplify, simplify. Let the ego go.
I still get like wild hairs, especially it tends to be with like social posts sometimes where I'll be like, "Oh my God, I have to get this done right now." And my husband kind of side eyes me, but he understands. Like I'll run away and be like, "I have to do this really quick." And then like I'll come back downstairs. I'll be like, "I have this idea to film. I need to go do it." So like I'm really glad I have support in that way because I'm not as good as like make it simple. I'm like, "No, this is what popped in my brain. This is what I'm gonna do. I need to get it
Hmm.
done right now or it's going to leave." Because I think there's something too like creating in the energy of when it's being channeled, right? And not like waiting. Do you find that as a mom, like you have to wait or push off when you do stuff? Or are you like, no, I'm feeling inspired. I'm going to go do it right now?
I feel like that's almost part of why I put Movie Mood on pause because I would like to jump on those inspirations, but like I would get more of a eye roll from my husband than I would like. He like still to him with social media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Trust me,
so
Will rolls his eyes real hard, but you know.
oh, I know, but I actually really do enjoy creating little videos and stuff too. I enjoy it. Like it's not horrible to me. I just didn't like being looked at like it was horrible. You know?
The judgment that comes from everyone around you. They've gotten
Or
used to
it's
my weirdness.
frustrating to me whenever it's like no one's around and I'm like, I don't feel creative right now. But then all of a sudden they're all around and it's loud. I'm like, oh my God, it's all like coming in.
Right. The inspiration is right now. I must go. I wonder too if part of it is like a coping mechanism where my brain's like, there's too much happening right now. Go seclude yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Uh,
like it might be. I don't know why
but
this just popped in, but use like do you still microdose at all or use cannabis as a mom?
So both. Cannabis is like my go-to relaxation at the end of the day. I just feel like it's a pat on the back.
Yeah,
It's
you did
like,
it. You
did
survived.
it.
That's how I feel too.
Dancing these days too. Like my body is way more sore than it has been. And then I like giggle because I like can only dance for an hour and be like, "Whoa, I'm really sore today."
I
But
know, I went to like an ecstatic dance thing Sunday. We danced for 4 hours. And then literally that night, Will was like making a guitar. He builds guitars sometimes. And he had me like hold this piece, but I had to hold my arm in like a very specific way. And I was like, my arm hurts. I can't do that. And he was like, it's so light. And I was like, I just danced for 4 hours. I can't. I
I
can't
can't.
do it.
Yeah, it's true. It's the best workout. It really works. Um,
That's so
yeah, so
funny.
that's always like my relaxation. I could be happy with that. And then microdose, I love to do it when I have done it on schedules and I keep meaning to do it again when it's like intentional and I'm keeping track of it. Um, but so I have some that I need to it's on my
I was like,
to-do
maybe
list.
this is the
Like,
hint from the universe that
yeah.
I'm laughing only because mine hid themselves from me. And like, I don't know if that happens to you, but yeah, the
Oh,
mushroom, like where I'm like, they're in my house somewhere. Like, I mean, in a place that the kids would never find them,
no, I
but
don't know.
like,
I know what you mean.
but also like I can't find them. So, but I literally just found them, like a couple days ago. And so I was like, okay, I'm ready, I guess, to do it like more intuitively. I'm not doing a protocol or anything, but it just cracks me up that like they come in and out as they decide, like I'm ready or not. So I don't know if that's how they are with you, but it's
No, mine are kind of always looking at me like, "Hey." And I'm like, "Hey, I know you would help me a lot. Hey, but I'm
like
busy."
that weird meme sound where they're like, hey, like, I love that.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Is there, I don't know, anything else on your heart before we wrap, Angela, that you feel called to share about motherhood, dancing, life, embodiment, anything? You are such a sparkly disco ball. And yeah, take it away.
Well, no, thanks for saying so. It's crazy. It's that you say a disco ball because there is a certain I know shine that comes off me. But I do have to come in and close the doors too. And so I just want to remind people like it's okay to be both, right? Like you might, any of the people that you do see that might be out there shining, like they probably have moments where they come in and
If
shut
they
down.
don't, the universe is going to make them.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I don't know, it's just like finding that balance and being okay, like being okay. A lot of people are okay in the dark. And I actually get kind of like lonely in the dark where I'm like, all right, I gotta go find my people. And so it could be okay to shine too, I guess, right? Like I just want that like giving people permission to maybe wear something that's a little more sparkly or like it's changed my life just to like change my wardrobe. I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but just like being okay with bringing 12 pair of earrings on a vacation and being okay that like I'm that
You
girl. Where
probably
I
already
used to be
wear
like, I
like
would
three
wear
of them,
one little
but
pair of studs that I'm going to be perfect for the whole trip. Where now I'm like, no, I'm going to take 15 pairs of earrings for a 7-day trip because, and so I just, those simple changes have made a big difference as far as like just keeping my spirits up. Um, and yeah, I
and
don't know.
contraction's normal. It really is. To your point, we see everyone's shiny disco ball moments on social media because that's what's sent out. But that jellyfish effect is what I call it is natural. That contraction is natural. You have to contract after you expand. And we want to put a time limit on it and say like, "Oh, I'm only going to, contract for like a month." But sometimes people contract for years and like that's okay. Everyone's journey is different, and it's not always about being the shiniest disco ball in the room. It's about being the most you disco ball, whatever that looks like, even if maybe it's a spotted disco ball or
Yeah,
it's matte black and not shiny at all. Like, that's a okay.
yeah, beautifully said. Yeah, I totally agree. It's okay to put things on pause. So
Absolutely. Well, it has been just so fun to like see you and catch up. And now I'm gonna look up dance classes. You've inspired me. I'm gonna
do it.
see
You got this.
what's near me. I'm gonna make it happen. But just thank you so much for being you and always being honest. And yeah, I think bringing such a beautiful perspective to flip the script today. If folks want to find you on Instagram or anything like that, where should they look?
Move.your.mood is my Instagram. And then I have my little pearl bracelet just fell off right as I said that.
Mm,
It's like ding, like clicked on my cup. And then my website is on there, but I have it, it's like under construction. But you can reach me and send your emails if you have questions. I love to do private live sessions with people. Again, I haven't been promoting them, but if anybody has like an idea for bachelorette party or a woman's gathering or just a moment where they want to get people to move, happy to be that girl. Yeah, I always bring a lot of care to any workshop that I put on. I want to make sure that I'm really tapping into who I'm showing up for. So
absolutely. And you were the best at putting together a playlist. Like
thank you.
best.
For the
You're
best
always
compliment
so
somebody
good.
can give me. I'm all
I love it.
melted.
I always say, I'm like, music is my love language. Like, thanks. Like, when someone sends me a song and it's like, oh, I thought of you, I'm like, yeah, I've made it. I've made
I've
it.
made it. Yeah, same. Okay, I'll send you more music. Can't wait.
Oh, yes, please. Oh my God, that makes me really happy. If anyone listening wants to listen to what we're listening to, let us know. We'll share. We won't
Yes.
gatekeep, but
Yep. Share the jams. Happy to share the grooves.
oh, I love it so much. Thank you all for listening. If this conversation sparks something in your heart, please like, share, rate, review, send it to another woman who just needs permission to slow down and be herself. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you next Tuesday. Be good to one another. I love you.